Hello friends, welcome to our new vlog. And our today's vlog it about the 25 top things to do in British Columbia and Canada. So please watch it. Maybe there would be part 2, part 3 or part 4. I don't know in how many episodes I will cover it. So let's start with the British Columbia. British Columbia is Canada's most westerly province and is a mountainous area whose population is mainly clustered in its southwestern corner. British Columbia is Canada's third largest province after Quebec and Ontario, making up 10% of the Canada's land surface. British Columbia is a land of diversity, contrast within small areas, coastal landscape characterized by high snow-covered mountains rising above narrow fjords and inlets, contrast with the broad forested upland of the interior and the plain of the northeast. The intense Britishness of earlier time is referred to in the province name, which is originated with Queen Victoria and was officially proclaimed in 1858. Visitors to Vancouver will notice our city is flanked by mountains to the north. One of these mountains is Grouse Mountain. You can easily make out the wind turbine on the top. Grouse sits between Cypress to the west and Seymour to the east and is a 15 minutes from downtown Vancouver. Whilst it's a popular local skiing destination in the winter, there is just as many things to do on Grouse Mountain in summer, if not more. Whilst I'm sometimes quick to dismiss it as just a tourist attraction both times I have been there, I remember just how much it has to offer. If you are visiting Vancouver, here are some of the top things to do on Grouse Mountain in summer. The first thing is ride the peak chairlift. Your mountain admission ticket comes with a free ride on the peak chairlift. This chairlift is that takes you to the top of the peaks. Grouse Mountain, of course, you can also hike up to the top. Go mountain biking. Grouse Mountain opened up some scenic mountain biking trails this summer or this winter. They may have pedal assist bikes, which help you to get to the top of the trails with much less effort, so you have plenty of efforts further downhill. At number second is grizzly bear watching in the British Columbia at the Great Bear Lodge. Grizzly bears are a Canadian icon, a symbol of the country's wild nature and top of the list of must-see for many visitors to Canada. More than half of Canada's 26,000 grizzlies live in the British Columbia, and one of the best places to see them is the Great Bear Rainforest, a huge area of coastal temperate rainforest off the province's west coast. This unspoiled wilderness is an important habitat for bears and other wildlife and is only accessible by air or water. But you don't have to rough it to see a grizzly. The Great Bear Lodge is a luxurious floating lodge in the remote rainforest. In British Columbia, Vancouver Island has some of the most pleasant year-round weather in Canada with mild but wet winters and sunny, usually hot summers. The main Vancouver Island camping season is mid-May to early October. Most provincial park, private, and municipal campgrounds will open for the full length of this season. Peak season is generally considered to be the mid-June to early September, but this does vary with locations. Private campgrounds usually charge a higher fee during the peak season. You can see all the camping sites in this map. The next thing is taking a Canadian Rockies train trip is definitely worth of your travel bucket list. I recently had the opportunity to travel on the amazing Rocky Mountaineer First Passage to the West Route. You can take this train from Vancouver to Banff or the return route from Banff to Vancouver. Thank you to the Rocky Mountaineer for hosting me on my journey. All thoughts and opinions stated here are based on my personal experience. During the route between Vancouver to Banff, you will be journeying through the rich agriculture area of Fraser Valley and entering into the more arid canyon region of British Columbia. There are some gorgeous bridges on this route, and you will get to see deep river George area called Hell's Gate. The next important thing you should do is to book an appointment for a high tea in Victoria. In this place, you will find a lot of varieties of cakes, cookies, and pastries. and you will definitely enjoy your time here. So this is one of the most important thing when you visit the British Columbia. You shall also keep this in your itinerary and never miss this, because it will give you a new taste of food and all the different things related to Haiti. Victoria's sponge cupcakes are very famous, so you must definitely try it. It's worth it. British Columbia landscape is a breathtaking backdrop of snow-capped mountains and glaciers. Flying to a glacier in a helicopter and land on a rocky ledge for lunch. It's a wondrous thing to do in British Columbia, especially after a day of salmon fishing in the wilds around Nemo Bay Wilderness Resort. And I'm really sure that you will definitely love it. At number seven, we have Cottony Rockies or Cottony National Park. Located in the southeastern Colombia, Cottony National Park takes up 1,406 square kilometers of the Canadian Rockies. The park contains portion of Cottony and Park mountain ranges, the Cottony River, and the entirety of the Vermilion River. Cottony National Park takes its name from the Cottony River. The river was named for the Cottony First Nation people located in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. This national park is one of the most beautiful destinations in British Columbia, with more than 200 kilometers of hiking trails, canyons, lush forests, hot springs, and tons of opportunities for wildlife sightseeing. There are so many reasons why you should visit Kotani National Park, Canada, as I'm doing complete vlogs on all the national park in the United States or Canada, so you can see the complete vlog on my channel.